Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today we are going to be doing our weekly population update, and it is not looking good at all for Anniversary. While the other ones have had some little improvements, but Anniversary is an absolute shocker, and we're definitely going to be spending most of our time talking about that towards the end of the video. But as always, I like to do my best to get these out every Friday. However, we got Phase 7 and so much Phase 7 information that I really wanted to cover that. So we're a bit delayed this week, but hopefully we'll get back to our Friday weekly population updates. But before we get in the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So a quick disclaimer before we dive deep into this, and that is going to be that these numbers are raid numbers only. They only reflect people who played the game and logged a raid within this said week. And that being said, there are a lot of players who go out there in PvP and do things, as well as people can have ults. So people with multiple characters raiding the same week does add to it as well. So those are two factors to keep in mind when we talk about all these numbers. But without further ado, here we go. We're switching right over to the Cataclysm chart. So this is the Cataclysm chart, and it shows a pretty easy tale. It goes all the way back to Classic 2019, and we will utilize these numbers when we compare to Anniversary. And right here is the split to TPC, right here is the split to Wrath, right here is the split to Cata. So just a summary, most of normal Classic 2019 vanilla was about 300,000 average throughout the entire expansion, and then we went to TPC where it averaged about 350,000 and had the most consistent rating that we have seen throughout an expansion. So I can't wait to see when Anniversary gets back to TPC, because people have been yearning for TPC for quite a while. Then we have Wrath of the Lich King here, which is the most popular expansion. It peaked at 623,000 players, which is kind of massive for NA and US. And then we see it averaged probably about 450,000. It has some pretty severe dips here at the once people got bored of doing hard mode Old War, and then we go into ICC fatigue right here. People didn't really do much of that, and then it dipped all the way down to 50k towards the end of ICC, but that's normal because then we had the Cata pre-patch. Cata has peaked at 317,000 in the early weeks and has gone straight downhill since then. It bottomed at 50k, but this was the week before Firelands came out, so people really weren't doing much. And then Firelands came out, and it has held about 120,000 raiders the entire time, and it hit about 127k last week. So from this week to last week, that is about a 5k increase for Cataclysm. So Cataclysm is on the up and up. It's nice to see that people are still enjoying that version of the game. Everyone that I played with through normal all the way to Wrath of the Lich King quit. Even the few people that did do Cata for a bit, they got the Firelands and they just kind of gave up. They weren't having fun or enjoying it. So that's my experience with it. Obviously, I just hope people are playing the game. You know, that's what's most important for the Classic project to succeed, people playing the game. So it's good to see that Cata is having that strong 125k players still play it and enjoy it. Next, we have Season of Discovery. So SoD has been quite a roller coaster. As we see, SoD peaked at about 500k in Phase 1. Now, it is important to note that Phase 1 was only 1 to 25, and you very easily could have started a character, got it to 25, and did this raid in all within 1 day. And some of these charts right here, I count as 8 people, because I went really hard in SoD Phase 1 to get all the rune videos out for everyone, for every class. And so, you know, that is a few things to keep in mind. This could be a lot of duplicates or multiple people playing the same account, but it counts for logs. Next, we have Phase 2 of Season of Discovery. This is where it got actually difficult, actually became a grind, because you had to go from 25 to 40, and we had no XP increase. Pre-questing only got you to like 27, 28, and then, you know, a lot of people did stick with it. It hit about 327k at its peak. However, this was weeks in, and some people had ults, etc. as well at this point, because the XP buff was in, but we got the shortest phase of only 8 weeks, and we went right into Sunken Temple. Now, Sunken Temple became hard for 2 reasons. One, the raid was actually difficult, as well as 40 to 50 wasn't too bad, because we had incursions, XP, we had a lot going for us there. However, what sucked was the attrition of it. Cata launched somewhere here, but it was just a 20-man raid that was actually difficult. That was the biggest problem for a lot of people, sort of finding those 20 people that could do the mechanics and do it. And SoD bottomed out all the way at 20,000 players doing it the last week. Then we got Phase 4 launch, and Phase 4 kind of revived SoD. This was the week where we only had the Kazakh and Azergos, but then we jumped to 75k with the first week of MC, peaking at 88,000. Right here is the Phase 5 launch of that same 88,000. It peaked just slightly higher than the 88k. Then we have Phase 6 launch over here at about 66k, then 58k, 63k to try AQ, and then it kind of did not do too good during the holidays with the 50Ks, and it is all the way back up to 68K. So that is another growth week of about 3,000 players, which is really cool to see. Love to see SoD picking up momentum again. I do see a lot of people playing SoD. I see a lot of people leveling. The rune change was huge. The being able to get tier gear off the real vendor for the old tiers of MC is really good. It allows people who are taking the time to level a character actually catch up, actually have decent gear to get into raids, and that is always a good thing. So I can't wait to see what Phase 7 brings. It'll be here in about 8 days, so hopefully there's a big spike of people playing with Phase 7 launch, but time will certainly tell. I am optimistic for SoD's future, though. We have a lot with Phase 7, and we have a lot with the Scarlet Enclave, whether that's 7.5, Phase 8, whatever they have planned. I'm optimistic for the future of Season of Discovery. Next, let's go over to the Classic Era population. This entire graph just always amazes me. People who have been... So right here, when we went to TBC in 2021, they also allowed Classic Era to exist. And Classic Era has pretty much been raiding since then. They only started tracking in 2003, but it had a sharp rise when it went back to Wrath. People playing it, it peaked at about 22,000 and has stayed around 20 to 10k the entire time. We see it drop off here. Obviously Christmas drop, but it actually grew. 600 more people raided this week opposed to last week. There are 10,000 people still strong, still loving it, still doing their NAX, MC, BWL, whatever they're doing. I personally don't understand it. It's not for me, but you know, people out there who truly love it and enjoy it, you love to see people be passionate and still play the game that they love. Because when it first came out, I thought it was crazy to split it that way, just split it two-way and have people stay and have people go. But now we have like 7 different ways to play Classic WoW, and they still have that dedicated 10k players enjoying it. So to each their own, love to see it. Now we have Anniversary. So this is the biggest shock that we have seen to the entire system. So obviously the first week it was 20k, then 26k, then we started to see 36k, then we saw 47k. So it's grew from 5k to 10k to 11k, and now we see 52,000, or I guess 53,000. So that's about 48k rounded up. This is 53k, but still that is only 5k more people, and this is a huge red flag. Alarm bells should be sounding off. This makes me very worried for Anniversary, and I've said this a few times in the past weeks, but I think we might have overestimated how many people were going to be playing this, because there was a lot of hype built around it, and these numbers just are terrifyingly low for what we have, especially when we go over to where it was here on the chart. So right here at 112,000. So you can round that to 113,000 if you want to. And this really concerns me, because if it's already stagnant and already barely going up, we see next week here it goes from 113k to 144k, and 144k to 200,000 people. So if we do not see this explosive growth with Anniversary in the next 2 weeks, it is going to sound off massive alarm bells. Everyone who's playing that should be worried. I unfortunately decided to give up on Anniversary. I was not personally having fun with it. This is the first week where I am not a number on this graph myself. SoD is just too good for me. I love SoD. I've enjoyed SoD too much. I went Mage to try to think that maybe I could, just cast Frostbolt. It's going to be similar to casting Frostfire Bolt, Balefire Bolt, all the fun stuff. But SoD was just too good. SoD has me too hyped, and I just wasn't enjoying going in, pressing Frostbolt for a 30-minute MC clear. It just was not something that was fun to me or enjoyable in any way. So I decided to give up on Anniversary personally. However, this chart is just so alarming because of those discrepancies in what you see, what you saw back then at the launch. Obviously, there could be a plethora of reasons for this. The biggest ones you guys always point out are it was just dropped on us. There was no hype. People are just it's a TBC waiting room. With PvP launching, everyone's doing Battlegrounds. Well, all that might be true. The people that I know are playing the game still do their Molten Core. Like, once again, if you're in any type of guild that is decent and sweaty at all, like, Molten Core should take 30 minutes to an hour. Like, you can just go press W key. People are good now. People understand the raids. People just blast. And I know that is on the higher end of play. But even if you are doing that, like, MC should only take an hour and a half, 2 hours max with people who actually have played Classic and know the game, which I think is the largest appeal to the Classic. I don't think very many people are coming there to play Classic for the very first time. I just don't see it personally. But those are just my thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear what you guys think, where you think we're headed down below. So drop it and let me know. But I am truly worried for Anniversary. This is not a good representation of the population at all. So hopefully it picks up. Hopefully we see some more people playing it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm just looking at graphs and giving my opinion. So anyway, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.